Hey YouTube, this is the React Pact. I'm Mark.
I'm Rose.
I'm Nikki.
And this is the OVA ReZero Memory of Snow. So, this is an hour-long movie, so a short movie.
Movie OVA.
Essentially 2 or 3 episodes put together, and so the poll was really close, but it's close to about 60% of people say that we should watch this after episode 11. And so because it's so close, that tells me that it's probably not a big deal to watch it here. If it wasn't close at all, that would probably mean there's probably spoilers in this. I don't think there's spoilers in this, especially because it was released during the series was going on. So, yeah, this should be fine spoiler-wise.
Yeah.
Are you guys expecting anything?
No clue.
All right.
Not one.
Yeah, so the comments were essentially saying that this just deepens the bonds that he has with people.
Okay.
And there's a 1-month gap between episode 11 and 12.
Oh.
So, yeah, that tells we should probably see this then. If it's chronological.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm interested to see what it is. And hopefully, yeah, it does add information because I never have seen this. Yeah, so let's get into it. If you guys like this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Remember to check out Patreon if you want to just support us, or if you want to see the next episode, which would be episode 12, just check out Patreon. You can get it 1 week ahead. So, see you guys in discussion.
Speaking English.
Yeah.
Oh, he's retelling it to somebody. Of course, that's what happened.
I don't think that's how it ended.
Why?
Oh, she's upset.
Oh, what's going on, Davis?
Somebody else, yeah. She likes him.
Why you can't keep going into the forest?
Right?
Stop that.
Stop going into the forest.
Blue-haired girl's still not there too.
Yeah, remember one of the kids didn't come back. In the morning?
She's like, okay.
Why'd you do that though? Why? We're pillaging stuff.
We're pillaging.
They don't even know what you're talking about. Wait, what the hell is this?
She's like sleeping more and more.
That thing has infinite battery.
Right? He's nothing to charge it. It's still going.
It's literally, I saw the max battery. Man, she's never acted like this before.
His eyes.
You guys should be wearing jackets.
Oh no! It's real bad.
That's an actual lizard. Took it long enough.
30 degrees.
Oh, it's Puck.
リアとベック発動機は一部の強い魔力を持った存在だけに起こる現象です。
That's what I was thinking.
Die.
Missy.
Nice.
For 2 days?
The water's frozen
Yeah,
stiff.
what did you expect though?
Oh my gosh. Rem.
Where it wasn't enough? Is that what?
I did not understand what just happened.
Yeah, they did say that they lived out in the forest.
Yeah. Maps had to
Whoa.
Okay, no.
Hokkaido. Snow Valley.
What's New York?
Yeah.
It's like, sure.
I think she's gonna do this.
We just randomly found 2 berries on the floor. It's gonna make it awful by the end.
Wings? What the hell?
She's gonna make another bunny.
It's an open.
Lack of consideration for your judge. So point.
I would get worried about people pulling those off and like pulling on the thing.
Yeah. Superiority
Okay.
complex. I like how I just did respond.
Does it sound a little different? Or is it
Yeah.
just that Rem?
They used to sound more similar.
It's different because she has
What?
more of a personality now. Or
Oh, so they
I'm sorry you got to see that. Did he shake a second?
He's about to put up 2 hands and he gave 4 points. He's just like, gives a chance.
The Snow Bunny one.
Oh! But he made it!
Kampai. Okay, succeeded.
Oh my gosh. She's just like.
That's what he wanted. Oh, he's stuck.
Burr.
Where's,
Beatrice is missing.
リンガを絞った生リンガジュースだ。
子供扱いするんじゃないかしら。この中じゃミーちゃんの次に年季が入ってるんだ。
エミリアさんとレムがさっき以上に
He's watching still.
見て見て。たくさんの雪のせい。あれじゃ。残り最後のマナーを使って。王と
What?
みんなにも雪の音を
Oh dear.
See, he could do that. So he could have shot it elsewhere.
Is that a
Our
good
crops.
thing?
No.
That's what I was thinking. Was there probably people we'll meet in the future? Perhaps. Oh, that's what's his name. Oh, she's in
Rose.
there.
Felt, yeah, he was supposed to take Felt.
Even
Those are the three delinquent boys. Creepy.
Right?
リアも楽しそうだったから。でも来年までリアのそばにいてスバルが幸せかどうか僕には分からないから。残った傷跡はリアの行動の結果だよ。それを忘れる君じゃないだろうけど覚えておかなきゃダメ。でも来年もできるといいかもね。そうよね。うん。私もそうだといいなって思うの。
Oh, it's the
It's the
date.
That's almost scary how picturesque this is.
それじゃあ行こうか。
Discussion.
Discussion.
Alright. Yeah, so watching that with you guys, then nothing came up at all.
Yeah.
That was a spoiler.
I'm
there
kind
are,
of.
there, I did see one thing that you could make more of with additional information from later, but yeah, nothing. There are nothing was spoiled.
Yeah.
And I think it was I'm glad that the poll was on the side of watching it now because it's supposed to be like
Yeah.
between the episodes.
I actually feel like if we watched this later, it would have been out of place.
And it wouldn't have had its effect.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I don't know, but maybe I'm forgetting how the season 1 ends. But the way season 1 ended, I feel like maybe there was such a big gap that people watched this and just reminded them of, oh yeah, this was a nice, good show, you know. But yeah, I feel like because we're watching everything back to back, we really it has a pace to the show, and it would have disrupted the pace to go back instead of continuing where we were.
Yeah,
If
I
I'm
can see
remembering correctly where we are, it's just natural story progression.
Yeah.
To jump back to here, I feel like watching it back to back, it has more of an impact than watching it between episode 11 and 12. So I think it was the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of this?
It was very cute. It was
Yeah.
a nice. It's nice that he didn't die and he's living life.
Yeah, they made it in a way that it's if you didn't see it, apart from like whatever you said that might
It's just
expand
out
on
of
something
place.
else. No.
Oh,
You said
yeah,
like
yeah.
something might be helpful to
Yeah.
know if you knew the
Yeah, but
other
it
parts.
only mattered though because I've seen more stuff.
Right.
But I don't think you guys would have noticed.
Right. So I was just saying like if you didn't watch this, if you didn't see this, I feel like you wouldn't have missed anything. Like
Yeah.
they didn't make it so that something serious happened. Like one thing I was wondering if they were gonna do is that something ends up dying or something ends up happening and he has to die and wake up like a bunch of times in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah. They could have done that.
They could have done that, yeah, and then it wouldn't matter because it would be resolved, whatever it is, and move on. And it could be something interesting or important, but inconsequential compared to the rest of the show.
Mhm.
So they didn't do that. They made it more lovey-dovey, nicey-feely.
Break.
Yeah.
Break, yeah.
And I should mention that there was a little bit of fan service there
Yeah.
with Emilia and Rem, but the reason for that is because OVAs, they almost always do that. If there is going to be fan service, it's going to be in the OVAs, mainly because it's a chance of advertisement essentially for the show, and you want to get all bases. And one of the big bases in anime is some people just like seeing that kind of stuff all the time, you know. And so that's why you see more here. But I don't think it's a huge deal for the anime. So
Yeah, it wasn't too interruptive.
Yeah.
Which is the part that I hate about fan service.
yeah, which is why I mentioned. I just want you guys to know it's not something that this is how it is from now on. No, it's not.
No.
And there's a little thing anyway.
The whole idea of, at first I thought it was like something sinister in the beginning when you saw like Emilia at the window and it gets frozen and it cracks. It's like,
Yeah,
oh no,
I was like, huh.
something sinister is about to happen.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna freeze to death a couple of times. In fact, the fact that he woke up by like cracking his eyes open the second time, I'm like, you should be dead.
So I guess like, yeah, because Emilia didn't feel the cold. She just saw her room freezing, and I guess she just hoped that.
Nobody else noticed.
How did Puck like? I think I can get away with a little bit more. Freezes the mesh.
Right?
But that does bring up the question. He said that he can expend the energy by using magic.
Yeah, but
'cause
they
Roswell
just
has.
right.
That's how he doesn't need to do it ever, because he always does it every day. So, and Puck at the very end expended the last of his energy by shooting a snowstorm over the capital. So I mean, he doesn't have to do anything like that. I'm just wondering, why didn't he like do that in the mountains that are already? You can see that distant mountains are like snow capped.
Right,
Yeah.
or just every winter, instead of like making it happen in this, waiting till it happens in the summer, every winter just help the snowstorm, you know? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the idea is you can handle a snowstorm, but if he adds to the snowstorm,
Or it might be worse.
it's like an apocalyptic event.
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
I was just saying, yeah, she should have, or he should have done it, but you said it would have made things worse. And then you were about to
In
say
the
something.
winter, if he's
Yeah.
in the winter. But he has such range, you know.
I don't know what you were going to say.
I don't remember what I was going to say either.
But I can just bring up, what do you guys think about Roswell?
Roswell?
He just seems to do charitable actions, huh?
Yeah.
He
Well,
finds these girls, I assume maybe just flying nearby, sees explosions, and he goes, saves these two girls. And they didn't say anything about why. But he went and he got Emilia after battling Puck.
Yeah.
But Puck said that it's because he showed up without an appointment. And so they just did the battle.
A battle that changed
The
geography.
geography.
Lovely.
I don't know. I feel like it might have something to do with the fact that Roswell is the lord of the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah? You say?
It might have something to do with the fact that he's the lord of the area, so he has to like make sure everybody's okay and in good health and safe. So maybe he was just going somewhere and he noticed like a sense being, I don't know what his powers are, and it was like something's wrong here and he wanted to help her.
Yeah, possible.
But I don't know why, if he wants to help her, but then, well, I guess he doesn't know if that Puck is on her side. Maybe he has to like convince Puck, I just want to help or something. Like why they ended up
From the
fighting.
wording, it generally sounded like Roswell just flew into restricted airspace.
Yeah,
And
like
Puck
that.
just started shooting at him.
Yeah.
Is what it felt like, too.
Yeah.
But Puck, he's got a violent side to him.
Yeah.
But generally, he's just a little bundle of mischief.
And fluffiness.
And that's amazing that Puck is that powerful that if he released all the mana at once, it would cause world destruction.
Yeah. But he also said he was joking, so...
Yeah, it could have been like an exaggeration.
exaggerating.
True.
But he did change geography
with
in
the
a
fight.
battle.
Yeah.
Though,
But
so.
that must like that shows how powerful the Bowel Hunter was. Like I didn't think that fight was that intense, honestly. Like
Yeah.
it was fast and it was slick and strategic, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like power heavy.
That's
it must
the thing.
apparently it was.
I think that it's very much, like Dungeons and Dragons. You've got... If you've ever seen a Beholder, which you probably haven't, but they're basically flying eyeballs, and they got like 8 tentacles on them, and the things they say is like each eye can do a different power, and like one can cut through lasers, one can start black holes, and you hear how dangerous this thing is, and like how on earth does anybody actually win a fight against it? Like if you look that one in the eye, you cease to exist, and everyone forgets you ever did exist, something like that. But I think it's the same concept where just because there's magic, there's other classes. And the Battle Hunter was an agile fighter class or something, if you want to put it in terms like that. And sure, you've got crazy powerful magic, but she can outmaneuver, and she's so accurate that she can slice off limbs very quickly. and Old Man Rom, he was just a clumsy barbarian who was very old.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still keep up with magic users. Just magic users are very versatile, and if they're at range, they're very powerful.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't understand how Puck ran out of juice fighting the Bowel Hunter and went that hard against Roswell.
It was also reaching the end of his day.
Oh, that's
so
right.
it's possible that maybe he
That was
runs
the
out of
problem.
juice as time goes on.
Mm-hmm,
Mm.
But yeah.
He's on a 9-to-5 contract.
Only the thing I wrote down from this is just another thing that points out Subaru's character is he, even though he did a lot of this because he wanted to, obviously figure out a solution to the Puck problem, and he also selfishly, wanted to see Amelia in her winter clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he was really looking out for Biyoko.
Yeah.
He notices that something's up with her, like she's not happy, and so he's trying to raise her spirits. And the biggest moment I think that shows to his character is he always puts up this. It's not a facade. He's extremely perverted, but he has Amelia laying on one side of his lap and Rem on the other. Though admittedly he pretty much focuses on Amelia, and that's what he wanted. The drunk Amelia resting on him. And he looks out the window and he sees Biyoko's by herself, and he leaves that to go comfort her as a friend.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks a whole lot more to him than I think a lot of people may have noticed.
Yeah. Even when he was out there, he was like, they're stalking even more.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
he's still there with...
Yeah,
And he still went right back to the conversation about like how old she was or something like that.
yeah. He recognizes that there's some other important aspects to this, and he's willing to sacrifice what he wants. But he still pursues what he wants, but he's willing to sacrifice it.
Yeah.
And it comes back to what you said before too, that once he's loyal to someone, he's like he doesn't let go.
Yeah.
Like from the very beginning, like he met her and he kept meeting her and he grew to attached to her even though she kept forgetting or not forgetting, kept not knowing who he was.
Who he is.
And he just got closer to her in his own mind.
Yeah, she was the anchor for him.
And even worse, she came to the point where she was willing to protect him against Ram and Roswell, to even take him away from there. Like she left the mansion and was like, still, no, I'm protecting you. Like that's even worse for him to be like, well, if she's that loyal, he has no excuse.
Speaking of Ram, so we all noticed that Ram sounded a little different than normal. Is it that the voice actor changed, or did they decide that now that the whole them being exactly the same twins thing kind of falls apart, it's okay to separate the two and they can speak their own ways now?
That could be it.
Ram is not the one who changed the way she spoke.
Ram's
I was gonna say it's
Ram.
Ram. Ram's voice is up higher. She's like Subaru-kun.
And more
She's
peppy.
I thought-
and more,
peppy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
I thought Ram
Ram.
was speaking more pointedly and louder than she typically did.
Well, when they say sister thing, they were usually very
very
monotone.
monotone.
And that's still the way that Ram
Ram
is speaking. And Ram was the one trying to imitate her sister.
Yeah, I knew Ram. Oh, okay. I knew Ram was speaking differently, but I thought Ram changed the tone of her voice. But I guess not. Perhaps.
I
maybe Mandela
think
effect.
actually it's both. Honestly, I think Ram not as much, but Ram is definitely first of all, she's more you could say sassy or snarky. I get with Subaru. Like seriously, when she got cold, she was like, just die. She was like, wow. And then Ram kind of like went the opposite, like a lot. She changed a lot. So I think they just, like you're saying, maybe they just want to differentiate them more now that they're not a mystery anymore.
Yeah.
I wonder, since this was released chronologically, actually during this time period in real life, all these different ways, in real life between episode 11 and 12, I wonder if that will continue into episode 12, or if in episode 12 they'll kind of sound the way they did previously. So that's something to look out for.
I'm curious to see, yeah.
Yeah. I also did notice that everyone was a little bit more expressive in their face and in general.
And in general.
Yeah, especially
the whole
Biyoko. Usually when she would like retort and stuff, she wouldn't like emote while doing it. She would just have her face and also be annoyed in her voice. But she was actually like emoting on her face.
Yeah, there's a lot, like even with the comedic scenes for Ram being disappointed about the statue not getting
Yeah.
So a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
I the whole thing was I felt the exaggeration of every it was almost comedic, the way that they were up and down with the emotions, like I'm like drama. It was a little extreme for me, but I mean I guess it was just to kind of enhance the OVA feel, you know, it's a movie, get kind of caught up in it.
Yeah. So we learned that Amelia and Puck lived in the forest.
Yes, that's an interesting
By
part of the
themselves.
story.
Oh yeah.
Which would explain a bit of Amelia's strange her strange nuances to other people.
Yeah.
Is she's
Socially.
not used to people.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Subaru comes across as the weird one, she's also very weird.
Yeah.
So her story, I wonder when we'll see more of her story, like, because she's a half elf, we know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where is she from, and why is she alone in the forest? And then ends up getting the insignia to be among the chosen, or among the ones that may be chosen from to become.
Yeah, the insignia glows in the hands of somebody.
Of a descendant or something.
Of somebody who's a candidate.
Oh, right. Oh, they're a candidate, but does that mean they're a descendant?
I don't think they're a descendant.
Oh.
I don't think they're a descendant.
Yeah, so how is she chosen?
I thought it was a descendant.
I could be wrong. Feel free to correct. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's just if you hold it, and the way it works is it glows. And if it glows, that means you're a candidate.
Oh.
If that also
so
entails other things, I don't know. But that's just basically how it works. It glows in your hand, you're a candidate.
The insignia chooses you, basically.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where she's from.
No.
Okay.
At least to my knowledge. Because as we go into the later episodes, a lot of the later episodes actually, strangely enough, are fuzzier. Because I remember the early episodes way more because of how crazy it was compared to other stuff that I was seeing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I also did start skimming a lot of these episodes because at the time I was just busy, so I just skimmed a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually don't have a huge lot of recollection for what happens except for the very end. So I like the details with the whole dragon promise thing that I couldn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Details, I have a hard time with the details of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if the reason Roswell found her in the forest had to do with the insignia. Like, is there, like, some way that they can follow a trail of what this insignia wants? I don't know. Just, like, maybe that's why he went to get her, because he keep her in his mansion.
Maybe, but if there was a way to track it, you'd think that felt would have been found a lot sooner.
Well, maybe she just didn't want to be caught that
no,
she
no,
didn't
no.
have it stolen.
No, the insignia
Yeah.
needs to track the person,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
How did you feel about the conversation between her and Puck at the end? Wasn't that a bit weird?
Yeah. I feel like it was just, well, I'm not sure I get it completely. It was kind of like, don't hold your hopes up that Subaru will still feel the way he does about you and that he'll even still be here. But still, it would be cool if he is, and it would be cool if we have this. And then I'm not sure what Amelia's final or thoughts on it was.
It sounded like people who are used to being abandoned
Yeah.
talking to each other.
Yeah, yeah. Because it sounded like Puck didn't want him to get closer. Because he was saying, like, don't forget that you were the one who gave him all the scars.
Yeah, and he might not, like, he's not necessarily forgiven her.
Yeah, that was a little weird. For a moment, it was, and I'm saying this with no future knowledge or anything. He was saying it as if one of those movie villains, who say, "Don't you feel like you've already hurt them enough?"
Yeah,
that's
what it sounded like.
But for a split second, that's what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
But then it went back to normal.
That's how it felt too. Interesting.
Yeah, I started wondering, like, is Puck contracted in a good way? I mean, we assume it's contracted in a good way.
Well, he calls her his daughter, so it could very well be just a maternal thing of, listen, this happens before. This is paternal. This happens before. People will use you. Just watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, trust them, like them, but it might happen.
Yeah.
Could just be that.
Rasbarasu statue.
That statue was glorious.
It was amazing.
I love how Razo was like,
Like, you could just see him, like, shaking every now and again.
even when he said it gives me chills, he literally gives me chills.
It was like a twitch.
Yeah.
It gives me chills. It wasn't that bad. I think that was a good statue.
It was wonderful.
And your last point, the date. So I don't think we're going to actually get to see the date. Like someone else was saying the next episode is a month later. Was it month real time or month in the show?
I don't know.
Month in the show, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I
if it's a
think it
month
was
in
a
the show,
month
it means we won't actually see the date. So we're just it's just like happy, they're happy, yay.
Yeah.
And that's all we get to see.
The
be
date
fair, if
actually
they
happened and he didn't die.
Yeah, to be fair, if it's not an OVA and they show something happening, I'd be on my toes that something bad's gonna happen at any moment. Because this show, anytime something nice is happening, something bad
Yeah,
happens.
it's true.
So if they don't show it, okay,
But
well.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've had.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed your time. And if you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see the next episode, which would be episode 12, a week early, check out the Patreon in the description. And remember, feel free to correct us or add any manga details that were left out about this episode. You can leave that in the comments. But remember, no spoilers. See you next time on the React Fact. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, bye.
Thank you very much to our patrons, Damien, Docholfin, Taylor Mitchell, Kay, Aldo De La Rosa, and John.